Opposed? Carried. All right, now we move on to staffing, straight backfill requests, informational only.
Okay, so we had. The aging department had an aging services aide per diem that vacated due to resignation. Buildings and grounds had a building maintenance mechanic. He, actually due to a promotion, it was, promoted to a building maintenance supervisor. The sewer district had a senior wastewater treatment plant operator, vacate due to a resignation. That position has not been filled yet. The sheriff's department had a cook, vacate due to retirement. And the assistant cook moved into that position for promotion. Social services had a caseworker promote to senior caseworker. And the staff development supervisor, announced her retirement for February 29th, so that position will be vacant at the end of February.
Are there any questions about the backfills?
The sheriff, not filling a cook, the cook is filled by.
The cook was filled by the assistant cook, so we're filling an assistant cook position. Yep.
Are there any other questions? Now we move on to the staffing categories, sticker changes.
So we did add county historian as a position in the county clerk's office. We just need to add it to the title by grade now. So it's on that schedule for pay, which we didn't do the last time. So I'm asking for that to be added to the title by grade.
Second, see your motion by Kathy, seconded by Darrell and Brian. Is there any discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. And is there any other business to come before the personnel committee this time? Yeah.
Just a quick FYI for myself, when you read the backfill, we don't have to take any action, so they actually took their action when the vacancy occurred.
Yes, any straight backfill will be, the department will be allowed to go ahead and fill that position right away.
Was it always that way? I thought at one time we voted
No, it was changed last year
last year.
to allow that, to make it a little more efficient with filling the positions.
Well, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I just wasn't aware of
Thank you.
that.
One more time, is there any other business? Seeing none? We're adjourned. Brian, you're up. No.
All right.
15 minutes.
Way to go, people see.
Come on, Brian, we'll put another one.
See you.
Thank you so much.
What do you want? Ready for us, so.
So your tutorial's up.
We voted,
Tutorial is up.
Yeah.
Momentarily.
I wish I could. No problem.
No. Guess what I don't.
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I don't want There's a couple.
Keep talking.
You're welcome.
My big
Yeah.
but I would.
Chairman, you're holding. He can do that. I didn't need no here. Accept the minute of the December 7th, motion.
Moved by Daryl, second by Cassie and Jane. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried, okay, department requests, real property. This is. Oh, we're ready for you. Mr. Herzog.
We'll put the other at the table.
Oh, no.
That's it right here.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for the mention.
Yes.
Thank you.
Everybody else have it?
So it's inside of the cover of the. You've got a lot of stuff you got for the meeting, so you better go.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the report. For corrected tax bills, changes were under $15. Had 6 of them. You go through each one.
Well, they're pretty much clerical errors.
So, yeah, I mean, they're all self-explanatory. Nothing crazy. Most of them we knew were coming. So we probably saw some of these during school time. Then I have a resolution to write off a levy based on an assessment error in Jackson.
Resolution A, their motion, by Cassie, second by James. Sam, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried.
And another resolution to cancel interest in penalties and write off of county taxes based on an exemption.
Moved by Sam, second by Jim. Cassie, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried.
And that's all I have.
Well, thank you. Yep.
You want her to make the discussion about resolution C.
Want to do resolution C right at the moment, just so that there's any questions for
Just in case there's
Lindsay, we can. We talked about the tax exemptions for 65 years and older. You can move it.
I'll move it because I have a question.
Yep, Sam. Okay, discussion.
My question was when Laura mentioned this before, I asked her, I wanted to say, and actually, my mistake, I thought it was going to government officers because I talked to Dave about it today. I'd like to see a report that shows the amount of dollars we're displacing. Because if we're gonna displace and increase the exemptions, I'd like to see, right, this is the same thing, I wanna, what's moving.
Yep.
Right, because if we're increasing the exemptions, I wanna know what the tax shift is we're putting, because they constantly tell us we're an older community, and I just wanna make sure that whatever level we pick, that we're not making it too hard on the rest of the residents. I'd just like to see that report first of all the different levels. So we might, we can't afford to do that to the rest of the public, but part way up.
If I remember right from the meeting, that we can go with the ones that we know that are involved and only guess on the ones that might enter in because of the new
Right.
change.
But we didn't
So,
get anything.
Just an approximation. to
Right,
give us
and
an
I
idea.
do think that.
The biggest thing is you have to set a public hearing in order to do it, right?
It's already been.
Right. So I mean, that's why it came as fast as it did, was because you have to set the public hearing in order to get it adopted by March 1st to make off. Like, no, I agree with you. I wanted numbers too. So yeah, whatever you can get us, it'll help us. Great.
Lindsay, this, financial report in the corrections, where it says it's clerical error all the way up through.
Yep, sure.
Is that coming from the towns or is that coming from the clerical error? Are they coming from the towns?
The reason,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Nope, they're
clerical
coming-
error is the town's error, right? And that you just caught it up here?
the assessor lets us know what the issue was.
Uh-huh.
And then there's real property tax law. And
Right.
some of them are clerical errors, some of them are error in essential fact, it's written right out for us. So
Yeah,
we
but it's
basically
coming from
look,
the town is all I'm trying. find
The
out.
town levels where the mistake is made, we're just correcting. So that's what he's asking.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so all in favor of the. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Thought maybe about two years.
And that gives a good segue to the treasurer.
I've got great news for everybody. We're gonna hear from you a lot less this morning than you were scheduled to hear from.
A little late.
Most of my presentation this morning was to benefit the new supervisors, which there are none, so. It was going to be about a 20-minute presentation, it's gonna be about.
Perfect, we'll be done by.
Sorry, we put a lot of work into this.
Sales tax is, the last file was up 175,000. Our last deposit for 2024 will come on, I'm guessing Monday, because the date is Saturday,
Tuesday because Monday's.
Monday out. It depends on when they
Really.
when they date, yeah, when they date the wire transfer, that's how the money's sent. We're 1.8 million over, so, even flat right now puts us 2.6. And all the reports that I've seen so far, we're not the, exception, the spending over the holiday season was actually up. So, let's hope everybody in Washington County had their Amazon packages delivered to their house and things are up. There you go. Thank you, sir.
Al, you said it's 2024, but you meant there's one more payment, 2023?
There's the payment in 24 is the last one for the 23 fiscal.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So, got it.
When do you think that's coming up? It's, I might know the number, I'll know the number Friday, but I won't have cash in hand probably till Tuesday.
Okay.
But once I know the number, I probably will send you guys out an update because it is an important number. So.
Yes, for our budgets.
No, you've got that.
You've already got your number.
Oh, darn. Officially, it's important to me.
No, we,
I thought we were gonna get another infusion.
no, we set that up purposely so that you know in July for your budget.
For your budget, yeah. Yeah, so we go August 1st to July 31st for that distribution schedule.
And actually, it's kind of worked out because
It's worked out.
it kind of levels it. So even if there's a great increase this year and maybe next year a small drop, your August to July might stay about.
Harold, you thought
So,
Gail was gonna give us a bonus.
I know, I
thought.
If you
Well, I
think
probably
Al's gonna
should tell you
bonus,
that it's in your power to do that, right?
You'll do wishful thinking, right?
We just decided to vote, the oil just be spread between the towns.
No, but anytime you want to talk about the impact on going from 7% to 8%, we have some of those numbers. I mean, that conversation eventually will happen.
Yeah.
People are just curious about it. So we have run some of the numbers, we have.
But the point Cassie just made, it's pay me now, pay me later. I mean.
Right.
It's, yeah. The next page you're used to seeing is obviously the cash balance report. We try to keep as much in the investment account as we can.
What's the outlook for 5.1? Is that looking pretty, any ideas?
My fear is that while the mortgage rates dropping was good news, it might be detrimental use to our investment. So they're not gonna keep it at 5.1 if mortgage rates are dropping. That's just not gonna happen.
But do you think so?
But I don't think it's gonna be a significant.
Right, is 3 sustainable though over time?
I think for this fiscal year, I don't think you go below. I don't think.
Right, but
I mean,
I almost think 3 is sustainable over
That
time.
an hour and I can get a coffee at Stewart. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't really look at my crystal ball and think what the number's gonna be, but I'll think every day at 5% that I can get, so.
I don't think it's going back to the 0.1
I
again.
don't think we're going back to 0.15 anytime soon.
No.
The good news is that we have to renew our borrowing in March. And we're gonna be adding in Fort Ann Barn. So hopefully we will benefit from a little bit lower interest rates when we go up for that borrowing, so. The good news is, remember, you all set aside $6 million for the county's portion of Middle Falls and Fort Ann, so. We're in a very nice cash position not to affect the county taxpayers any more than we have to. It was a wonderful use of those ARPA funds, and I thank you for that. Because when we did that, we didn't know interest rates were going to be 4.5%, right? So
Right.
Thank you for that. It worked out great. The budget to actual report that you're used to seeing. Again, the one that you have this month is for 2023. It's too early in 24 to give you a report that has any substance at all. Because we front load all the taxes, so it looks like we have a huge fund balance, and so the numbers are really skewed in January and February in the current year, so. The first 2 months of the year, I can continue to show you the prior year one, how we're trending there. And like I said, we're gonna be $2.5 million over in sales tax, which is almost the worst case number. We're almost $2 million breakage in our payroll last year. Just from positions that we couldn't fill or positions that we added and just never really pulled the trigger on, so. Anywhere from 4 to 4.5 million is my best guess. With everything else being equal, that we'll have to have a discussion about. Because I think your 2025 budget, will be a little bit harder than your 2024 was. And 2024, I don't think was enjoyable.
Just in case you listen to the governor yet.
Yeah, I think so. The next thing that's in your packet,
Al,
sir,
and on this, just to make it clearer for me, your, first page, which is the general fund on
Yes.
the revenue,
yeah,
we budgeted 18 million. And it's so far to date, we've taken in 14.5, is that correct? Am I looking, is that how I should read that? At the top of the page.
not seeing 18 million for the right now.
Well, it says adopted budget under economic assistance and opportunity.
Okay, that's a portion. So if you go to revenue totals, that's a total revenue.
Well,
So economic assistance and opportunities, basically like your DSS programs, those are categories of your budget.
Okay,
Um,
so go down to the total underneath,
the total revenues was 97.4.
yeah,
You increased it by 6.2
yeah,
for a total of 103. And of that 103, you're at 93 currently. So you've got 90% of your revenues, but the good news is you've also only spent 92% of your expenses, so. As long as the relationship stays that close, your fund balance doesn't get hurt by it.
now the 10 million is the difference, is that, some of that will still be coming in, correct? Because it's.
Oh, yes, sir. There's still a lot of fourth quarter money that's not on the books yet.
Is that a golden number as far as that 10 million that will come in?
No, sir.
Okay, so that's a variable number too,
Yes.
okay,
But like I said, the good news is, as long as the relationship with the expenses stays,
yes,
then you're okay.
right.
What you don't want is 90% of your revenues and 100% of your expenses. Then you have right? So as long as that relationship stays intact, we're gravy, right?
Thank you.
So one of the extra reports that I gave you this time, that was really for the benefit of the new supervisors, but hopefully there's a benefit to you all as well, for once in a while being reminded that we have quite a slew of capital projects ongoing here. You hear about them one at a time at committee. So I thought that it was a perfect opportunity with 3 new faces to kind of give you a little, take home tool that you can even carry with you in your committee reports or whatever. These 2 sheets show you our currently active capital projects, what their number is, what their name is, a brief little description of what their purpose is, kind of where we are with their budgets and their cash. So because you only see them one at a time, it's hard to kind of wrap your head around how many we actually have in play at any given time. So I thought this would be a nice tool to kind of remind everybody that these are all in play. And again, for the new supervisors to understand that, a lot of you in the towns might have 1 or 2 capital projects that you're dealing with, and we could have anywhere from 30 to 50, depending on what the active season. I also included, because again, the new supervisors probably aren't on NISAC's mailing list yet. So I wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance to see the state of the state impact statement from NISAC. We're not gonna spend any time on this today, but I really thought that everybody should have it. So in case you hadn't seen it, I wanted to make sure it was in your hands. There are some things in there that directly impact the county. And there are some things in there that you might want to know about just in general. So it's worth to read through, and we can definitely discuss it at another meeting. The one that we really will spend time on is when her budget comes out we get a similar document when it comes out. We'll spend some decent amount of time on that because I anticipate some, if this is her state of the state message, her budget will follow the same format out here.
Let the fun begin.
And then we were gonna talk a little bit about a 5-year capital plan, but we've actually scheduled a meeting for just before government ops. So I think I'm gonna defer that conversation to government ops. And we'll talk a little bit more about the 5-year capital plan, see what Matt's updates are, because I'm pretty sure that he's had some changes in what he thought was gonna happen based on things that weren't in the plan. So we'll have a new look at our 5-year capital plan, and hopefully some of our new supervisors are here so we can get them up to speed on that as well. So it might not have been 2 minutes, but it wasn't the 20 scheduled.
Okay, we're back to budget amendments. We're on the D. Adopted the law I, providing for exemption of taxation of real property. By one on one person's disability. Need a motion? Moved by Sue, second by Sam. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Except the sewer district grant.
Got 2 of them, right?
Snacks, yeah.
Just gonna get the chairman authorization to sign at this point.
Yes. I need a motion to let the chairman sign. I got moved by Tim Fisher, second. Kathy Fedler.
And just for clarification, there are a $1.4 million grant for the Huffman Falls 1A project and a $6.3 million project in relation to the long-term control plan at the plant, at $14 million long-term control plan renovations and restructuring that we've been going through for a couple of years now. Part of that borrowing and being converted to grant, so that's fantastic news.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. We already adopted. Any other business?
You've adopted the resolution, so that public hearing is adopted.
Right.
Yeah, do you want me to-
That's already been scheduled.
Do you want Brian to get authorization for the chairman to sign that CDBG should it be necessary?
Yeah, probably should.
Yeah, it did go through ag and planning, but.
Oh,
it would
okay.
Not hurt to.
Okay.
do it at finance.
So for this Ride and Ticonderoga program, for Washington County and already passed Sioux ops. And all we need now is moved by Sam, second by Sue.
And for chairman to sign.
And it's for the chairman to sign. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Anything else?
No. Okay.
We're good? Best finance meeting ever.
Have you seen one of their email?